Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about how I gained a client. It's a company that's a midwifery company. It's called All About Babies. The company was owned by an owner for about 20 years who's retiring and giving this company to a young girl that's 22, who she has been mentoring for the last few years. And that girl's finished all her coursework to do this. That girl's parents, that girl is named Cassidy. Her parents, Anita and Kenny, who have been homeschoolers and have about 8 kids. They are buying that company, helping her with the funding of it, but now they're also coming in and kind of helping with the running of it. None of them have business background. Kenny is a teacher and the wife is a homeschooler. So how I met them was through the original owner. I knew her personally, and she was a person that I had on my very first list, my first week in Entree Results, when I was meeting with people that I knew to tell them about what I was doing and try to get them to come to the business results workshop. Well, she did not want to come herself, but she thought her little Cassidy, this girl that was taking over her business, would be so blessed by the coaching because she had no business background. So that began a journey of me reaching out to Cassidy, who was not easy to connect with. I'll just say I had to reach out again and again. And, you know, you always have that feeling. The tendency is when you don't get any response, I think the enemy loves to come in and fill in the blank for us that, oh, they're not interested. They don't want this. I continue to learn over and over and over. I cannot do that. I have to wait until they tell me, no, I'm not interested. And I would do things like, hey, I don't want to bug you, but you know, whatever. And would you want to come to this? And finally, she told me she didn't want to come. She missed the first one, but she told me she was going to come too. But I kept following up, and then she came to the second. After she came to that, I became more aware at that point that her parents were more involved than I realized. And I wish I'd have known that in the beginning, because I would have, if I'd have asked better questions, I might could have found that out and had them in there from the get-go. So it took several more weeks to get them to come to the business results workshop, where they then were quite on board. But it has been a journey with all of them on connecting. And I think my big takeaway is don't take for granted that just because you're hearing silence or they're not responding, that they're not interested, because then it wasn't too much longer after that that they were like, yes, we want to do this. And so that was my takeaway.